One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Valley Children's Stadium in Fresno, California, home to the Fresno State Bulldogs. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Arizona's offense will get first crack at it here. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a beast, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Back to pass on second down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Running back searching for a hole. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Powers through the defender. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Wildcats are in the hurry-up.
And how about this offense? What are you thinking as a defense right now? I'm thinking pass, bringing in guys, making sure I stay deep, playing for the pass, and they run the run right at him. Kind of catch him off guard, get the big yardage, big play, first down for this offense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Got it behind the line. It's Parker. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Unloads it left. Touchdown, Arizona! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They looked like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So Fresno State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. Makes the catch. It's Vaughn. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking downfield at Saunders. Fakes the grab. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Fresno State right back to the line.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. And the Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Wants to throw again. Fires to the tight end. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Bulldogs, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Fresno State. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They go 83 yards on the drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. They'll go to the ground. Finding an escape route. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete. Well, that toe tap catch had a little style, but not much substance on that.
No, the defense did a good job, too, using the sideline to their advantage. Using the sideline as a 12th man. There was nowhere for that receiver to go.
He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Arizona. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. SMU came away with the victory today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Dallas had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse.
Buys a little time with his feet.
Always fun to see two of the game's better teams duke it out at this point of the season. A good barometer, fellas, for both coaches.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Fresno State right back to the line.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run play action. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. A strike downfield. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Fresno State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again.
Set to kick off.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Looking for a crease. It's Johns. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run the option. Shakes off the defender. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Under fire. He'll just throw it away and it'll be 4th down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. They go to the ground. Made a defender miss. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
And a quick shuffle pass. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Fresno State right back to the line. The play action fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there. To the air, it's Saunders. Unloads to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. They kick it away on fourth down. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun. Give on the inside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. These quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And you usually don't bring in dime packages for running teams. You bring in dime because you know they're going to throw the football. You got more speed on the back end to cover. And defensive linemen know they have their job to do. And their job is to go get that quarterback and get that sucker on the ground.
Arizona runs out the punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fair catch, called for and made. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Fresno State right back to the line. They'll try to run for it. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Use the play fake, now to throw. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense.
The defender got a little desperate there. Grabbed, held, and the offense will take the penalty. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on! Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. They'll move the wide receiver. To throw, it's Saunders. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker slipping out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field?
Arizona, 14.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. Caught in the backfield. It's Parker. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Line getting set on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Parker. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Parker. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Here comes the offense on second down. Trying play action. Finds his man in the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Finds the tight end. And that's a very productive first down play of bringing up 2nd and 3. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Pulls it and fires to the left. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The lost yardage leaves them with 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Just keeps slinging it. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a 4th down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Kick is good. The offense has... That'll bring him to within 4. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Ole Miss is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that looks like it did when Archie and Eli were here. They're up 14 over Kentucky. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Makes the quick grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Bulldogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Saunders. Throws to the wideout. And the big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Looks it in at the 40. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is now.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Under fire. Hit as he throws. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. Wants to return it. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking for a man. It's Saunders. He's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Fresno State will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Arizona has it back. The offense coming out to bear down. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Working that left side now. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Flips it out on the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. Arizona comes out with another 1st down. Out of the gun to give to the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. But it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time. This 3rd down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And for the 2nd time in this game, he'll try to knock through a field goal, this one a 41-yarder. It's good. That brings him to within 1.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back to throw, it's Saunders. Got the back over the middle. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific scene there today in Fresno. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Valley Children's Stadium.
Set to kick it off.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen.
Oh, he's got some space. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. Fires to the big fella. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Fresno State right back to the line.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
The Bulldogs come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Back to throw, it's Saunders. And the deflection by the defense brings up fourth down. Fresno State will have to punt. They'll look to pin them deep. Secures it at the 30. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. To the air on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up. Arizona runs out the punt team. He'll take it on the return. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Snags a quick pass on the left. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Bulldogs can really attack on this second and short. Here's the handoff. Sweet cut there. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. To the air on first down. Looking down the middle. He's open on the right. There he goes. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Saunders. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go?
Nice job by this defense getting to the QB and getting him on the ground, creating the negative play. This offense must have seen something because they're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
Fresno State right back to the line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Snap from the gun on third down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Vaughn. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
That's a play the quarterback just has to get his feet set and then step into his throw. That's a big target he's throwing to. He shouldn't miss that pass, but he did because he was throwing off his back leg.
Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. Rushes on him. He's got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Absolutely perfect. Now up by 4 here in the third quarter.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Here comes the heat. Took a shot as he threw. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. On the option. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. And some room to work. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his big tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. It's reverse. Open space at the 25. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the Wildcats back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. Off play action. Pressure coming. Just gets rid of it before the heat. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Gives it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Going right down the boulevard. That brings him to within 1.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Looking for blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but they've got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Fresno State will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Nestles it in at the 35. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. The give on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Makes the grab down the middle.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll run it from the gun. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Off the play fake. Creates a little room. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Now on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Saunders. Here's a heat. Great style points on that catch, but they didn't pick up any yardage. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Here's the pressure. They get to him as he throws. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a 1st down. This offense needs all the help they can get today, and that pass interference penalty is a much-appreciated lifeline. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got to lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
Fresno State right back to the line.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got it in the middle, it's Dobbs. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down.
And this is what leaders do at the quarterback position, guys. After throwing 2 picks a week ago, he was able to put that game behind him, refocused himself, got back in the film room. He looks like a different player this week.
Great catch along the sidelines, but the object is to go forward. This offense could not have executed in this situation any better, just draining some time off the clock. They'll run play action. Fires to the right. He's got it. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Now it's 3rd and goal. Surging forward on the sneak. Scores on the sneak.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
On to attempt to try. And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. The Cuse is in the house. Syracuse is pouring it on right now with an offensive performance we haven't seen since some of the legendary 44s. They're up by 24 over Boston College.
Makes the catch. It's Parker.
Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wants to throw on 1st down. Bringing the heat. The sure hands. It's John. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Nice move there. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. Arizona going back to work with another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. Breaks into the open. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Off play action on 1st down. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
They got the touchdown, but still a 2-point conversion short of tying it up late. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. He is denied. Stopped short of the goal line, trying to tie the game, and he will not get the 2-point conversion. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Running to the left. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. The play action fake. Oh, they're after him. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Turns it loose. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Fresno State will have to punt. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On the run, it's Johns. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Firing to the right, complete. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. Leaves it with the running back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? He's got it on the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. Shoots it to the left. All by himself. Touchdown Wildcats. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And at this stage of the game in the 4th quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Looking to throw, it's Saunders. Spins away from the defense. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. He'll pull it on the read, and this one will be stopped for no gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out quickly. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Running to Green. Turning it on.
And if they're going to run the football late in the game in this situation, not that close to scoring zone, they've got to take a timeout here. You've got to make sure you save as much time as possible and communicate with your quarterback.
Under fire. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. They'll try to get it through the air. Looking left. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. He leaves it with his back. Picks up the 1st down. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Saunders. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Wide receiver going in motion. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Touchdown Bulldogs! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Well, and the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring the touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
They're going to go for 2 here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. Slams it ahead. He's not going to make it. Still a 1-point game here in the 4th. They had hoped to push this edge out to a field goal.
Fresno State, 37.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Under fire. Finds a little space. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it. Offense.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Here's a throw downfield late. Makes the grab on the right. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. Looking downfield on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.